Alright, today we're going to talk about the Dayton B652 two-way bookshelf speakers, and I'm taking the grills off. As you can see, it's not the prettiest speaker around, but it does get the job done. For the entry level hi-fi enthusiasts, these are great because they give you a fair sound of what you could build into. Such as, if you haven't heard a fine speaker, then you're not going to know what you're going to miss. However, these are the best speakers for $45. Now, don't go around expecting a miracle on a box, because you're not going to get it. Like I said, these are great speakers for the beginner. As soon as you get more money, get something else. It allows you to get about time to get a good receiver or maybe a decent turntable. Again, these are just great, cheap knock-around speakers that you could just play with and not really care about. Blow them, who cares? They're very flat, I'll give it that. And there's no life to them. They're not bright. The tweeter does what it does. The bass, of lack of bass, so I used it with my poke sub, and what I was using to feed them was a Yamaha AS301 amp, 60 watts. Got a lot of good response out of it. Played a lot of jazz, and they're real good for death metal. I'm listening to a lot of jazz and death metal, so I was able to get the punch and really dirty sounds that it was great of playback. I played a lot of cassettes. Just a general round basic good beater speaker. Don't expect a miracle. They're not as lively as my Calypso R41s M's, which I love dearly, which I do plan on replacing with the ELACs at a later date, and I'll do a video on those as well. Again, if you're young and you're starting out and you want to get into this, wonderful speaker to start it out with. Wonderful speaker to put in your garage. Wonderful speaker to put in an area that you don't care about. Also, you can learn a whole lot about speakers just by these pairs. You could rebuild the crossover, because a crossover is really inadequate. I'm not going to get into the real details of it, but it's super basic, and if you didn't know any better, you would think these speakers sound great. And I was really amazed when I did play them. Like I said or stated earlier, I played a lot of jazz, a lot of hard rock, classic rock, Pink Floyd, Dimebag, Dissection, some Swedish death metal, and I was able to compete with it all, and it's much better than a Bluetooth based speaker. So with that being said, you really can't go wrong. However, once you get these, play with them and get an expensive pair of speakers, and you'll see what you've been missing to. Again, it's only a 6.5 woofer with a 5/8 Polycom terminal full coil tweeter. And I did a test, and the tweet doesn't even go up to 20 hertz. It's more 11 hertz. But hey, for $45, I'm not complaining, and neither should you. Alright, that includes our video.